If you have 100,000 for ads, here's exactly what to do. 100,000 naira, that is your ad budget, and right now you are looking at Ads Manager wondering where to start. Here's what I want you to know. 100,000 naira is enough to get real measurable results, but only if you deploy it strategically. Most business owners waste this budget in 2 weeks with nothing to show for it. Today, I'm going to give you a structured 30-day playbook for spending 100,000 naira on ads and generating actual ROI. Let me show you what most business owners do with a 100,000 naira ad budget. They boost a post because it looks simple. They spread the budget across multiple ad sets with different audiences and creatives, testing nothing systematically. By the end of 1 week, the budget is mostly spent, the metrics are inconclusive, and they conclude that advertising does not work. Advertising actually works. The issue is the absence of a structured spending plan. Strategic allocation produces learnable data, and learnable data can be optimized. The most important thing to establish before you open Ads Manager is a clear deployment plan, a strategic plan. What you are spending, when, why, and what KPI you expect from each phase of your marketing or your advertising. Stop thinking of it as money you're spending. Start thinking of it as capital you are investing to gather marketing intelligence. At this budget level, your primary objective is not maximum revenue. I know a whole lot of people might not agree with me on this, but that's just the fact. Your primary objective is to identify what works, which audience segment responds, which creative angle drives clicks, which offer generates leads at an acceptable cost per lead. Once you have that data, you scale. You cannot scale effectively without it. The framework for this budget is test strategically in phase 1, optimize in phase 2, and retarget in phase 3. So let me break this down step by step for you. Phase 1, testing, weeks 1 and 2, budget allocation, 50,000 naira. In this phase, you are not optimizing for conversions. You are identifying your best performing audience and creative combination. Set up multiple ad sets, each targeting a distinct audience segment with identical offers and similar creatives. Keep daily spend per ad. Set low approximately around 2,500 naira to 3,000 naira per day so you can run enough parallel ad sets to generate comparative data. For Meta Ads campaign, test 3 audience types. 1 interest-based audience built around your buyer's demonstrated interest. 1 lookalike audience modeled on your existing customer data if available. 1 retargeting audience of warm traffic, website visitors or social media engagers. For creatives, test 2 or 3 variations with the same offer with different hooks, different opening lines or different visual frames. You're trying to find the creative angle that drives the highest click-through rate. After 7 to 10 days, analyze your data. Which ad set has the lowest cost per result, which creative is producing the best CTR, that's your click-through rate, and conversion rate. Called underperforming ad sets. The algorithm will show you clearly which combinations are actually working. Phase 2. Take your best performing audience and creative combination and concentrate more budget behind it. At this point, you are scaling a proven combination with the goal of maximizing qualified leads or purchases at a consistent cost per acquisition, your CAC, not corporate affairs commission. In this phase, you also activate retargeting. Anyone who clicked your ad, visited your landing page, or engaged with your content is now a warm audience. Target them with a different message, one that addresses objections, highlights social proof, that your testimonials, or offers a direct incentive to convert. Phase 3. This is where most business owners leave significant revenue on the table. They run ads, collect leads or warm traffic, and then go quiet. The better approach to this is to retarget those warm audiences aggressively in the final week. Show them testimonials, your social proof, show them outcome-based case studies. If relevant to your business model, add urgency through a limited time offer. Those audiences already have brand familiarity. They need one more high quality touch point to convert. Now, here's a real example. A business owner in Abuja selling online baking classes. Budget is 100,000 naira over the next 30 days. In phase 1, we tested 3 audience segments: people with baking interest, people interested in home-based businesses and side income, and a broad female demographic age 22 to 40. We ran 2 creatives, one focused on income potential from baking skills, one on a student transformation story. By day 10, the data was clear. The side income audience was generating leads at 800 naira per lead. The baking interest audience was producing leads at 2,000 naira per lead. We paused the ICPL audience and concentrated phase 2 spends on the winning segment. In week 4, we retargeted all click-through visitors who had not yet converted using a video testimonial from a current student. Final result, 47 leads in 30 days at an average CPL of 2,100 naira. 12 of those converted to paying students. Measurable ROI from a structured 100,000 naira deployment. Now, here are common mistakes you need to avoid. Mistake 1. Over-segmenting your ad set with a small budget. Running too many ad sets simultaneously means each one gets insufficient impressions to generate statistically meaningful data. Run fewer ad sets with more budget per set to get cleaner results. Mistake 2. Optimizing too early. Give each ad a minimum of 5 to 7 days before making decisions. The platform's algorithm is still in its learning phase during this time or during this period. Adjusting spend and pausing ad set before the learning phase completes produces misleading results. Phase 3. Sending paid traffic to an unoptimized landing page. A whole lot of people do this, and let me point out here. Your landing page for ad is not or should not be your home page. You should have a different funnel when you want to run a campaign. Now, before spending a dime on ads, verify that your landing page loads faster in at least under 3 seconds, has a clear headline that matches your ad copy, includes social proof, and has a single prominent CTA, call to action. A weak landing page makes your CPL higher and your conversion rate lower, regardless of how good your ads are. Mistake 4. No conversion tracking. Without your Meta Pixel or Google Tag installed and configured, you are measuring clicks, not outcomes. Install tracking before you launch any campaign, and this takes us to automation in some cases. I will do that in my next video. Now, here are practical implementation steps. Before you launch, confirm your landing page is ready, your pixel is firing correctly, and your offer is clearly defined. What does the buyer get? When do they get it? And how do they take action? Weeks 1 and 2, you have 3 ad sets, 2 to 3 creatives variation each, 2,500 naira per ad set per day. Day 10, review performance metrics, pause the underperformers, identify your winning audience and creative combination. Week 3, push 30,000 naira behind your winning combination and activate warm audience retargeting. Week 4, deploy 20,000 naira in aggressive retargeting using social proof and outcome-focused messaging. Post-campaign, document your best performing audience, creative angles, CPL, and cost per conversion. These are the baseline KPIs that inform your next campaign. Now, to wrap it up, the goal of your first 100,000 naira in ad spend is not to generate maximum revenue. The goal is to find one validated combination, one audience, one creative angle, one offer that converts at an acceptable cost per acquisition. Because once you have that, you scale it. That is when your ad spend starts compounding into real business growth. Your next priority is making sure that the traffic you are generating lands on a page built to convert. If you have not yet built a high converting landing page, make that the next thing you work on.